All right, how is everybody out there? Captain Jack here. I see that Ed Winchell, as always, on duty. Good to see you there, shipmate. Always a pleasure. And I'm not sure how busy we're going to be, but we are here. This is the Friday Night Free-for-All, the Ask Captain Jack Friday night show. We'll see if that name sticks. That was just a placeholder name, but it's all right. It's all right. We're here on YouTube. Okay. Boy, I tell you, you know what? I want to grab that. I want to grab that comment. By the way, love to Raider Rev. But what is the biblical saying about, I don't know. It basically is, I don't even know. You tell me, Raider Rev, about, breaking your own arm, patting yourself on the back. Yeah, he had it right. Actually, now, honestly, Ed Winchell said that as well. So you're both geniuses. And you're both here. You're both commenting. So you're both awesome. I've had a rough day. I don't know. Well, he who goeth the something before the fall, or it's quote me later. I know you got the scripture. It's about that. It's about being too full of yourself. That's what it is. And again, I'm just giving it to you because I can. I'm just giving it to you because I can. But yeah, you had it. 6 games. And I tell you, it would have been a better series if, and I'm not making excuses because I'm not. I said injuries happen. You play the people that are in front of you. You play your schedule. You play the players. You play the refs too. Raider fans know about that. I am watching on the big screen. Now I have the volume down, obviously. It's looking like there's only, I think, 2 baseball games that are going on right now. Dodgers are winning 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th against the Cubs. The Yankees got pummeled tonight, Jimmy Farrell. I saw that. They got pummeled. And they are in second place behind the Rays because the Rays won tonight. I think it was 9-2. But I know the Rays are in first place. I have that down. In fact, I did have the statistics. So let me look at this real quick. Yankees are a half game back of the Rays, having lost 3 in a row. Now, the Rays tonight won, and because they had been on a 3-game losing streak themselves. Boston the sixth back for all those that are paying attention. The best team in baseball is not the Dodgers. It is the Houston Astros. We kind of knew that. The Dodgers are the second best team in baseball with 46 wins, tied with the Minnesota Twins. The Twins got a little bit of a better win percentage because they only have 22 losses, where the Dodgers have 23 losses. I just enjoy saying that because I know that I get a bunch of guff from Dodgers fans. I like the Dodgers, not as my team, but like I said, my Uncle Herman was their trainer, so I'm not going to blow them off. Things are kind of rolling back into shape in baseball. Dodgers are up by 9.5 over their closest competitor. That division is going to look to be a walk away real quick. But the things rounding out, I mean, the fact is that San Diego is back below 500 when they were above 500 before. Arizona had been on a couple-game win streak over the Phillies, who are now in second place in the National League East, having lost 2 or 3 to the Arizona Diamondbacks and lost the first game tonight to the Braves in Atlanta 9-8. I went to bed tonight. I took a nap. I went to bed knowing that the Phillies were up like 4-1, at least the last time I checked. First thing I did when I woke up, the first thing I did was I went on the Raider Bears page, and I found out the Raider Bear didn't have a show tonight because of his anniversary. So let's all wish Raider Bear a happy anniversary, him and Mama Bear. So thanks for being here and enjoying the show. Again, this is the Friday Night Free-for-All, so we can do things a little bit later this night. But again, Dodgers are the best team in the National League. But Atlanta is the second best team. Like I said, having now in first place in the NL East, having won 8 straight games. Wow. And they're only going to get better figuratively with Dallas Keuchel in that lineup. Phillies need to go and grab an arm. Could it be Madison Bumgarner? That's what I'm hearing. It could be a kid named Minor. Maybe Madison Bumgarner, maybe Zach Greinke. Phillies need an arm, and they need another bat. I think they will make the playoffs because right now they are the best wild card team in the National League. They still might be a year away. I still love them. They still might be a year away. The Cubs, as what people were saying, I know Tommy Beard was talking about don't sleep on the Brewers. No, of course not. They're in what is it, first place in the Central, a game up on the Cubs. But if the Cubs lose, big game and a half. So they're in. That is the standings as of right now. Okay, I'm back watching comments again. Lost 8 of 11 games. Wow. That's horrible, Jimmy Farrell. How are things Friday late night? I'm okay. I'm a little, sometimes I need that nap though. I need that nap. Jerry D is definitely a late night person because whenever I'm on here, he's here. Jerry D, good to see you there, shipmate. Can't wait to see you and Jimmy Farrell in New York this year. Marte will come to Philly. Well, wow, Marte would be an excellent pickup. Pirates are talking trade, and he could fill in for them. That'd be a great pickup. Marte's a really good player. I don't know what he's doing this year, though. Let's finalize the bottom line up front, which I normally do. I don't know if you've seen it, but I can't remember what the guy's name is. He's the beat writer for the Raiders. He did put out his training camp flow chart of who's first team, second team, third team on the Raiders. And he said, and I agree with him a lot. He said that it's going to be really hard to get 53 guys out of here. I mean, okay, obviously they're going to get 53 guys. What I'm saying is it's going to be really hard for those final 53 guys. And I agree with them. And like I was telling people, there are not guys on there. They said, well, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. He's going to make it. Well, when you add up all of the he's going to make it, you got about 65, 70 guys. So some of those guys, he's going to make it, aren't going to make it. 289 batting average, that's not bad. 10 homers, 34 RBIs. Thank you there, Jared. That's not bad. I mean, close to 300, 10 dingers, and it's still June. I don't know. I don't know who I haven't been paying attention. I think the best in baseball is what, 20. The guy who has the most home runs is like 20 home runs. Remember, the All-Star game's coming up. That's gonna be unique. Can't wait to see that. So that is the bottom line up front. If you get a chance to go get that depth chart for the Raiders, Jared, you can supply yours for the Steelers. I want to see who those players are that might not make the Steelers. Contracts up. Pirates at 30th may cut their losses with them. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I feel for you, partner. I feel for you. But it is baseball in Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is normally a winter town. They got the Penguins and the Steelers, and that's what they really care about. That's what they really do care about. Pirates Nation. Oh, you're killing me, Jared. What did we say? Raider Nation. Wait, Raider Nation, make sure you get on Jared here, because he said that the ultimate don't do it. Ultimate don't do it. X Nation, and it wasn't Raiders in front of it. Oh, Pirate fan there, Jerry. Cool. I like Marte. I'd like for him to come over. You can take McCutcheon's spot. Anyway, that's my breakdown. The camps are upcoming, but basically football players are off for about a month or so. And I will say something that's really important before I open up the phone line. Okay. Listening to the coach of the Bucs, Bruce Arians, and they got together and they did their thing. And he said when they were leaving, he said, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Meaning, we're letting you go for a month. Don't be that guy. Don't be the guy who screws up. Don't be the guy that gets in trouble. Don't be the guy that gains back 15 pounds of fat instead of muscle. Don't be that guy. And that is an adage that I think all of the players, no matter what team you're on, needs to remember. Don't be that guy. I agree with that. So I have my standings. I have that available. I'm going to open up the phone line as soon as I can get out here. And again, if you're here, I hope you've seen on YouTube. I hope you've seen on YouTube not only the Lincoln Kennedy interview, because that was great. And I'm not patting myself on the back, kind of like Raider Rev was doing. I just loved the information. I loved Lincoln Kennedy coming here and just laying it on the line, being very, very candid about, what's going on with him and the team and things like that. So if you haven't done so already, watch it, man. Really good stuff. And then obviously Reggie Kinlaw. I got to get together with a couple of the people to find out who my guest is going to be next week. I have a couple of folks online that said, give me a call. I'll be ready. So make sure you see it. Okay. And always check out the Captain Jack page. And when I get a chance to get some more folks, I'm going to get them. I enjoy it. I'm going to the game tomorrow. So after the game, I'm probably going to go and piddle futz around with the computer here, do some things I need to do. I did all my hours at work, so I don't have to come in on the weekends. There, my time card's in and checked, so I don't have to worry about that. So other than the game and maybe a movie tomorrow night, it's hanging out here. Good news, and this is my final line, is, man, hopefully the freaking loan will be done again, or the second loan, I should say, the readjusted loan, so I can get that interior decorator in here. I want people to see this room. You got an idea for a guest? I know you do, Jared. Is it somebody else? I'm game. I want to say this. Bear was talking about, he had about like 14 hats. I'm not saying, look at me, look at me. I'm not. But that's about 200 hats. Just Raider hats. Just Raider hats. And I got and I just took off the sticker on this one. So I'm pulling hats, and it even has that on it yet. And I'm one of these people that I can't keep this stuff off. I like this though. It has the name up here and in the back. These are awesome hats. I can't wear them all. A lot of hats. And yeah, I'd love to have LaMonica on. If you can give me LaMonica's contact information there, Jared, if he's close to you, let me know. I got a helmet somewhere in my collection over there. LaMonica signed it, so I do have Stabler, LaMonica, and Plunkett autographs. I got Gannon too. I got the jersey coming back, so I can't wait to get all my jerseys available here as well. All right, line is open. Opening up the lines. That's enough of me talking, I guess. I'll talk. You know that. We'll see how much. Yeah, I'd love to get Plunkett and Flores, but again, it's a matter of getting their contact information and then having them on. I've spoken to a couple other people. I'm not gonna mention names, because then it's one of those things where they're not obligated, but I'd like to have them on. So we'll see. One is a Hall of Famer, and I've spoken to another Hall of Famer's wife, so maybe there. Tom Flores should be in the Hall of Fame. We all know that. I don't have any contact information for Jim Plunkett. I don't. But I know that over there in York, John Ritchie's over in the York area. I'd love to get John Ritchie a call. Going to crash, listen when I'm asleep to your show. Hey, you have a rock on yourself there, Jared. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the look and the view. And always good to see you. Like I said, if I didn't take my nap, I wouldn't have been here. Line is open, 813-699. Let me get out of the way. There you go. 813-699-0834. If you want to talk to me, you can do that. Because otherwise, I'll go to bed. We've been on for 20 minutes. That's a good intro. But this is about you talking to me. And you know what? Right on cue. Jerry D, how you doing there, shipmate? Good to hear from you, brother.
Hey, Cap. How's it going?
I'm good. What's going on in Westchester?
Nothing. Just chilling out. It's getting ready. I'm gonna go to sleep tomorrow. Get up, go to the pool, relax, take some sun, enjoy the fucking weekend. I mean, because the weather really sucks during the. You get one day of sunshine, and the next 4 days it rains.
I was going to say, man, that's like down here in Florida. It rains every day.
Yeah, okay, you got to grab away. I got to get a tan while I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I used to be when I was a young kid when I didn't have this. I used to be a get out in the sun and look good for the girls type of thing with the tan. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that I wasn't as much of a sun surfer dude type of thing, because a lot of my friends are coming down with melanoma and things like that. So be careful. Just be careful.
I got that Italian olive skin. I got nothing to worry about.
Okay. Yeah, hey, you're Italian. So, hey, melanoma, I got your fucking melanoma right here.
That's right. You got that right.
And I did it in the proper accent too. Hey, melanoma, fuck you. There you go.
Get on up, see where the fuck you gotta go.
And I try not to curse, but you have to when you're doing that. You have to doing that. Okay.
What'd you think about that Warrior game last night? That broke my heart.
I was doing the show, and I'm watching as I can, and like I said, I actually missed most of the first half where it was up and down and up and down. Because again, when I'm doing the show and I'm looking at the comments, I'm trying, because obviously the show is the most important thing. So I'm working at the comments. So I didn't really get a feel for what the flow was. And I asked, I think Eddie was, Edward was saying, how it was back and forth. And then I saw a little bit more on the second half. And I was like, are the Warriors going to do this? Are they going to do this? And I was looking at maybe they would, but I saw the Thompson injury, and I'm like, it's not happening. When you have KD out, Loney was playing, but he was playing with a broken collarbone, and then Thompson had an ACL. Well, it was confirmed today ACL, but at the time you knew it was bad. That is just way too many injuries. Okay, Raider Rev, you're going to have to call in with all this crap. You see this comment crap? They weren't ready. Okay. Give me what they played well enough for 6 games, as injured as they were, and they still were in all the games. So they weren't ready.
That's bullshit. First of all, that team showed the meaning of heart. The amount of heart that team had, courage to come back with all those injuries and everything. Believe me, if Thompson was in that game, they would have won.
I think so.
Without a doubt. There's not a doubt in my mind that they only lost by 4, and they could have won that game if Curry would have hit that 3. And I don't know why he went for that 3. They were only down by 1. He didn't have to go for a 3. Yeah. He could have, or was it 1 or 2?
They were down. They were down 2. I think. Yeah, they were down 2. And he went for the 3. And, I think with Curry, though, he's actually, in my mind, Curry is more comfortable shooting the 3 than he is the 2, because he likes that longer range shot. He's I'm not saying he's small, but he's smaller than a lot of the other people out there. So he feels comfortable being away from the basket, outside the arc, shooting it up there, especially off of like that little catch and shoots is what he's really, that's his thing. So, and it was that shot that he had, it was there, but it just didn't quite hit. So
I think he should have drawn. Somebody should have drove the ball to the basket, try and get the 2 and a foul or something. I didn't think they should have chucked up a 3 at that point. That annoyed me. They could have tied the game. Go drive the ball. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he is comfortable shooting the 3, so it just didn't go down. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But that team had so much guts and heart. As far as I'm concerned, they're without a doubt the best team in the NBA still. Toronto didn't win that series. The Warriors lost it with injuries, and that's the end of that story. That's the bottom line.
Okay. And again, Raider Rev, in case you were wondering, I hope you heard those comments. I'm not saying that the Raptors didn't play well this series, but other than Kawhi and an occasional shot by Ibaka, an occasional shot by Siakam, and actually the other guy, the star, he was pretty much not seen or heard. So Boogie, Clay, Steph, Iguodala, Green against one All-Star and Kawhi Leonard. Math don't lie, they suck. Oh, now they suck. Oh, I don't know if you're seeing this, Jerry. I'm reading it out. They suck.
But that's on the floor. Boogie, Clay, Steph, for the Iguodala, Green, Iguodala's on the Kawhi Leonard, something. Oh, come on, give me a break. They were injured. Iguodala wasn't 100%.
No.
Clay was out.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? Green's really not a scorer. He's a passer and a rebounder. He's not really. If you get 10 points out of it, come on, give me a break here. You don't know what you're talking about there, buddy. Take it on the hop.
I will, Jerry. Make sure that you're nice to the Reverend. He is a Reverend. I will say that. Okay.
They were ready, Rev. they were just injured, buddy.
There you go. I just want to make sure, not that I'm saying be nice to the Reverend because he is a man of the cloth, but just remember, he's got somebody behind him too.
Reverend, even Jesus knows the Warriors should have won that fucking series.
I like that. I don't have to say anything. Jerry D is my mouthpiece right now. That is my mouthpiece. That's awesome. So, hey, now your Yankees, man. Talk to me about your Yankees. Like, what was it? Jimmy Farrell, they were saying that they lost 8 of 11?
Yeah, I really haven't been getting into baseball. I've been too into the basketball season. Now I'll get into baseball. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest.
Yeah, well, they're 2.5. They're 2.5 back of the Rays, and they were like neck and neck with the Rays. But like I said, they've been lost quite a lot. The Rays, I think they've lost. The Yankees have lost 3 in a row. The Rays had lost 3 until they won tonight. So they're like 2.5 back of the Rays. I mean, obviously it's June. It's not October. So they're going to be in the race at the end. I just want to see if the Rays can continue to win at a decent clip and that they would be guaranteed one of those spots. Either they win the East or they get a wild card. But we'll see what happens with that.
Well, as long as the Yankees are only 2.5 out.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
They'll keep it close. They'll make their run because they're too good of a team.
Yeah,
they really are.
Now the Yankees are going to try to get somebody. So and surprisingly, so are the Rays. The Rays were actually in to try to get Kimbrel. They were outbid for Kimbrel by the Cubs, but they had an offer on the table for Kimbrel, which means to me that they are looking to spend this year. So. We'll see. We'll see what they do.
They're looking to go for it.
We'll see what happens with them. Now, I said if I get if the Yankees have a good series, and I've already been told by Ed Winchell that if the Dodgers make the series, I'm gonna have some decent tickets out there in LA. If the Yankees make the series, then if you can get me a ticket over there, I'll go back and forth, and I'll go to both. I'll go to Yankee Stadium and I'll go to Chavez, and I'll make it where it'll be like a Captain Jack show. I'll have Ed Winchell out with me in LA, and I'll have you out with me in New York. And I've never been to either stadium. I was outside the Bronx in New Yankee Stadium last year. Like I said, I'd love to go. I really would love to go.
It's state of the art. It really is nice.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
The house that Ruth built it's not the same house, but it's the ghost is still there. You know what I mean?
It's the house that Ruth built, or actually, it's the house that Ruth built. Actually, that the Steinbrenners made a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Yankees are to baseball what the Raiders are to football. Commitment to excellence.
There you go.
Period.
There you go. And Raider Rev says, I have to wear a Dodger jersey if they win it all. I will. But the only Dodger jersey I have is a Brooklyn Dodger jersey, and it's a Jackie Robinson. So I got a Yankee jersey. I got a Judge. I have a Stanton, and I have a Derek Jeter. Okay, so I'll have to go get a Dodger jersey, maybe. But if I'm gonna get a Dodger jersey, I'm gonna get somebody like that I respect. Probably. Maybe an old Garvey if I can find it. Maybe a Oral Hershiser. You know, I'll do it. Oh, I ain't burning Phillies. Oh my God, blasphemy! Blasphemy! Smoke a turd in hell. Smoke a turd in hell. Arr! There you go.
I walk around with a Mickey Mantle jersey. I don't give a flying fuck.
There you go. I'd get a Mickey. That's number 7, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Look, he was the first Yankee I ever saw. My father took me to a game. That was the first time I ever seen a Yankee game.
There you go.
Mickey.
Yeah.
Good old that Mel Stottlemyre was pitching. It was good.
Wow, Mel Stottlemyre.
I seen Harmon Killebrew hit a fucking bomb to center field.
I'll have to show you guys somewhere in here. It wasn't Killebrew, but every time I think of Killebrew, I think of Frank Howard because they were like neck and neck in home runs, right? Yeah, I don't have a Killebrew autograph, but I got 2 Frank Howard signed baseballs and a picture. Actually, the picture is right down here. I'll get it next time because I don't want to move the things because then it'll be a mess. But I'll show you some of I can't wait to show you guys the room. I really can't. It'll be wonderful when it's done. I can't wait.
What do you got? A new setup pickup?
Yeah. Well, you know about obviously the issues I had with the one contractor. The room is done.
Yeah.
This is the room. I just need to have the interior designer come in here and put everything where it's supposed to be. So this is not the final product of what the room will be, but this will be basically what the set will be. Although behind me where you see the Howie Long, that will be where it'll be different as far as different pictures and posters and things that are up. And on that wall, I'm going to move the hats eventually. I just have them stock out there just to take up space for right now. But on that wall, there will be railings and stuff where I'll be able to move pictures as well. So the set will remain fluid. I can move pictures on them. Now, the rest of the area, the pictures will be up and they ain't moving, okay? They'll be set up. And then the room that I used to do the what do you call it? Do the shows from, that's a bedroom now. So any pictures that are in here that don't get put up on the wall, we're going to have a guest sports bedroom. It'll be awesome.
That's cool.
I'll take pictures.
Did you ever straighten out everything with that contractor? They did the job?
Nope. If you guys go on, if you want to see, and I know you guys might have seen the news story that was done, how he juiced me out of a lot of money, and it's in the story, and I won't say what it is because I'm kind of embarrassed. But they had like the part 3. Okay, the first person that he took money from was $9,000 from a couple, older retired couple, veteran as well. Then they took a bunch of money from me. But the third story, which is the latest one, $190,000 from a retired couple for a house, and it looks like ass. So, yeah, they went after him with a lawsuit. Other people have gone after him with a lawsuit. So, even if I did anything lawsuit wise, I would get pennies to nothing. So, what I did, and I'm waiting on this, and I'll say this, and if you got anything else, we'll talk about that as well, because the line will be open once Jerry D's done. But I went after his license, so I'm waiting on that. If I get a chance to see him in license court, that'll be the happiest day of my life, because I want to see that MFer in front of a judge, and I want that license taken away. That's what I want. That's what I want. But I'll look forward to seeing you real soon, shipmate.
Definitely, Cap. Without a doubt. I'm going to, it's getting late here. I'm going to chill out, watch the rest of the show, and let somebody else call in. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Always good hearing from you there, buddy. You be well, Jerry.
My pleasure, Cap. Talk to you soon, buddy.
All right. That's Jerry D. Awesome. Westchester is in the house. I know the Raider Rev's got a Raider house. I know he does. I've seen it. Great, nice house, nice apartment. I will be more than happy to see his new digs. I know that Raider Revs get married. I remember the date. It's like December 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. December 3rd, which is the Tuesday after the Kansas City game. Now, I'm going to KC. So I'll have to get a flight from KC out to Vegas to the wedding. And now, if you got other things going on before then, AJ, you need to let me know so I don't miss that stuff. Wow, I'm looking at I guess the broadcast is the WGN broadcast, because I don't want to watch the Dodger broadcast. I just saw Dennis the Menace and I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched and Hazel. Wow. Bring back memories. Oh, what was the one with Rerun? The kids from the hood. Oh my God. It was Rerun and oh my God. I just saw that too. Yeah, I know I'm off subject, but hey, I got to talk about something. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Oh, it's called Antenna TV. It's probably like the old, what's that TV channel that has all the old stuff on it? Or maybe it's that TV. Maybe they changed the name of that channel. I don't know. But Raider Rev, hats off to him, and Ed Winchell, hats off to him. Both picked the Raptors in 6. TV Land, there you go. TV Land's still on, right? Because this one was called Antenna TV. Maybe it's a local Chicago thing. But, watching, I see Dennis the Menace and Hazel, My Three Sons. God, what's the name of the show with Rerun? The big black kid. And Dwayne was the other guy, and Roger, Dwayne, and Rerun, and Dee was the sister, and Shirley Hempel was the lady from the shop. They had like a salt. Was it like a shop there? I can't remember that name. Somebody gave me the name of that show. Doc, how you doing, brother? What you doing up?
Hey, I'm just watching Captain Jack.
Oh, man.
Friday night.
Well, what else are you going to do on a Friday night when we don't have dates, right?
Oh, no, I just recently had divorced not so long ago. I'm not ready for that stuff yet.
Ah, yes. More power to you there, shipmate. Like I said, I'll try to keep you entertained. I won't keep you entertained like a young lady will, but I'll try to at least talk some things that will interest you. Because after a while, there are gentlemen. I'm not saying anything bad. What's happening? There you go. That's the name of the show. What's happening?
Yeah, that was so what's happened rerun and stuff. I remember because they had that little restaurant that used to go to all the time.
Yeah, and Shirley Hemphill was the waitress there, and she was the actress as well. But yeah.
Oh, she was hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought the mom on the show was hilarious. I thought she was a good actress too.
Oh yeah. I think now her last name was King, if I remember right. A bigger lady. I think her last name was King, and she was good. Great character actress as well. And like I said, Doc, you're about my age, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We're in our fives, so we would watch all of these shows. In the 70s, and we would watch the reruns from the 60s and the 50s. Do you remember watching Bewitched when it was in black and white and then it went to color?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that or Lost in Space when it did the same thing. My goodness. Great TV, folks. If you guys don't know what we're talking about.
Same thing the Beverly Hillbillies was the same way.
There you go. Went from black and white to color. Gilligan's Island, too, went from black and white to color. So all of these shows that started out, hey, we're talking sports because sports is part of TV. There you go. And, of course, the NFL went from black and white to color. There you go. There's the tie.
You talk about jerseys. What do you think Babe Ruth's jersey is going to go for this weekend in the auction?
Wow, I know it's probably going to crack $1 million.
Well, the last one went for 4.5.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking it's going to be up there even higher because this has actually got the name stitched inside the jersey. It's good from the family, so it's certified real. They also got his game worn cleats are going to be selling, an autograph ball, a game used bat. I think this is going to raise quite a bit of money into that.
Now, is this Christie's auction or who's doing the auctioning off?
Don't know which auction house is doing it, but I know it was the family's doing the actual auction itself. They're the ones that put the items up.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's Christie's, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, wow. You said it went for 4.5 last time? Then you know what?
Last jersey. The last jersey of his.
Jersey okay. And how long ago was that? How many years?
About 3 years ago, I believe. I remember the article and the lady was on a TV show talking about it.
Okay.
One of the records of Babe Ruth.
Well, I tell you what, if that's true, then I would say that with the way things are with appreciation, even though it's a different jersey, that figure it'll probably, if it went 4.5, normally things double, if not triple. So figure it might go over maybe 10 to 12 million.
It's a possibility. I'm looking forward. And for Jerry D, I got to say one thing. I wish my team had the problem the Warriors had. They've won 3 out of the last 5. That's a 60% championship rate.
There you go.
And until the Warriors don't make it, they're still the team to beat if you won a championship.
There you go.
So, I'm not a Warriors fan, but I got to respect them. Like I said before, other times, they play like a team. They win as a team, they lose as a team, and they have nothing to hang their head down on. They took it to 6 games. They should just, hey, see you next year.
Yeah. Now, it will be interesting next year to see how that team is constituted. And again, I'm gonna give some love. I'm gonna give some love to the elder Raider Rev AJ Brahue as well. He is a Lakers fan, but we got to see how these things are going to shake out. I'm very interested to see between the NBA draft, which I believe is next Thursday, and with free agency, where did these people go? With Kevin Durant's injury, and I said this last time, if I'm Kevin Durant, I take a year off on the Warriors, let them pay me whatever it was. I think it was like $23 million or something like that. Let them pay me for a year of rehab and then Then I become a free agent after that year because he's got a player option. It's not the team's option. It's KD's option. And I would just take a year off on them. So then you got to figure out, will Thompson leave? Will Kawhi Leonard go to the Lakers? Will all of these people move? Where will Kyrie go? I don't really care, but everybody wants to know where Kyrie Irving's going to go. You know,
Nothing else the Celtics, I'm happy.
Yeah. You just want to get rid of him.
I just don't think he's a good teammate. I just don't like the way how you threw people under the bus like that. I'm all into we got to pull together and fight together. If you got a problem with somebody, I think it's better you go to them directly, face to face. That's why I didn't like what Ben Roethlisberger did last year with calling out. And if he had problems with Antonio Brown making a wrong turn or some on a route, talk to the man, not to the camera.
That's right. That's
right. What teammates do, and that's what you're supposed to do. I don't see very often when I can't remember a time that our quarterback, Mr. Carr, threw anybody directly under the bus in his interviews. A lot of times he takes more of the blame on himself.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I've heard some interviews where I think that it's not as diabolical. He kind of says it in an offhand way. He does fall on his sword a lot. In fact, more people want him to say more about the other players when they screw up. It's like, oh no, it's all my fault. It's my fault. But then it was kind of sort of this guy's fault, but it's really all my fault. You know how that's how Carr's been doing it. And I agree. Jerry says he needs to be more of a leader. So we'll see how it does. I think that this team, as constituted, like I said, is going to be 100% better. I keep hedging with the 7-9, 8-8. Remember, 8-8 is 100% better. Both myself and Bear think that is about where we're going to be because of all of the other things we have to deal with, because of all of that flight schedule the way it is. And then even when we're going to the East Coast, how many East Coast games do we have? And they're all at 1 o'clock. They're all at 1 o'clock. They never give the Raiders an East Coast game at 4 o'clock. I've never seen it, or I shouldn't say, no, okay, technically, not that I've never seen it. I just haven't seen it in years. Haven't seen it unless it's like a Monday night game or a Sunday night game. They're always, for the most part, at 1 o'clock, and that pays or that takes its toll as well. Body clock.
Well, we're getting 35,000 miles. The Patriots are getting 9,000 miles.
Yeah.
And the Jets only have 6,000 miles of travel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a huge disparity. And, if they're saying they want to promote the Raiders, they want to put them on Hard Knocks, they want to do the draft there in Vegas, they're definitely not showing the city of Oakland any love the last year they're there.
No. And again, it's because of those things. And again, Hard Knocks as well. And by the way, Limp the Pimp, I saw your question. I'll answer it in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is that we're Oakland. We're the Raiders. We're used to it. We're used to being screwed by the NFL. It's just the way it is. Remember, the Raiders don't play 11 on 11. The Raiders play 11 on 21.
And an index card.
And an index card. And then the two guys in New York, which will screw you too on the replay. So that's
another thing. I think this extra replay on calls not called is going to really, really screw things up.
Yeah. Because
part of playing the sport is sometimes referees make mistakes. I know that we hate to say that, but that's part of the game. And I had this weird feeling They're going to do some screwy on these Hail Marys calls. And, hey, I'll just toss it up and I'll just call a penalty right off the bat. Because how many times you see a Hail Mary, somebody ain't touching somebody else?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And the other thing is about it's a judgment call anyway. And if there are officials, because we always have said, why is it that, and I always remember the guy, I think it was his name is Larry Nemers, would always get the Raiders at Chiefs game. Where's Larry Nemers from? From friggin' Missouri, okay? You would get the African-American gentleman, Kerry. Kerry would always, before he went to the booth, he would always work a Raiders-Chargers game. Where is he from? San Diego. I mean, really. And I tell you, I much respect for Jim Tunney. And by the way, if you haven't seen or heard the Jim Tunney interview, great interview. Go back and listen to it. The interview with Jim Tunney, great NFL official. And he swears up and down that there's no bias. Probably in his heart, he can't see it, but there's got to be things that are just not quite right. And there's always going to be that judgment that because the guy is wearing silver and black, that they're going to get more penalties on him or they're not going to get the call. And that's just the way it is. It's death, taxes, and the Raiders getting screwed on a penalty.
I get you there. I'll tell you, it gets very frustrating. I remember as a kid watching games, and I'd be like, you get so frustrated. You want to, sometimes I thought my mom was going to beat the heck out of me because I was just throwing a fit. How come they call this but not this and this? It's just something I've grown to expect.
Yeah.
I expect us to get screwed.
Do you remember? Do you remember when Frank Middleton got a penalty for breathing?
Well, the thing makes it, I vaguely remember that, but the thing that makes me mad is even when there's not a rule yet, they'll find somebody like Lyle Zato, perfect example, when he used the helmet, was unsportsmanlike, yeah, but there wasn't a rule in it yet. They still threw a penalty.
Was that when
they made the rule after?
Yeah.
Do you remember he took the helmet and
against the Jets? Against the Jets. Yeah, I remember that. Against the Jets. And he was, I tell you what, if I remember right, it was either, I think it was Piquel and Howie Long had to hold him back because he was on full-fledged roid rage and was going after the Jet. I don't remember who it was, but he was going to kill him. He was going to kill him. And and Howie Long and Bill Piquel, if I'm not mistaken, are the guys that had to hold him back because he was on full-fledged roid rage and he had his helmet off and he was just he was spitting the hatred out of his mouth. And so yeah, I remember that.
But I don't know. They've changed rules just to screw over the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The fumble rule because of Stabler, that rule because of Alzado. Then they use rules that they never call in 1,000 years, like the Tuck rule, to keep us out of going further.
Yeah, there are more. Yeah. There are more rules that are directly linked to the Raiders than to any other football team going. There are more Raider-related rules in the NFL rule book. Look it up.
Well, even about moving teams now, they changed that after the Oakland move.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
And the worst move ever. I don't care what anybody says. You could say, oh, the Raiders leaving was bad. And I ain't saying it wasn't because it hurt the city of Oakland. I'm not, not feeling. I understand that. But the worst was the Mayflowers with the Buffalo Colts.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like cowards. They snuck into like thieves in the night.
Yeah. I remember.
At least Davis did it right there. Broad daylight said we're going.
Yeah. And I remember
the date. I like it, but he told you.
I remember the date. It was March 28th. I remember the date because I do know why I remember the date. It was the day before my birthday. It was March 28th.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how I remember it. It was the day before my birthday. I also remember that Reagan was shot either on my birthday or it was plus or minus a day on my birthday. Reagan was shot. So look that one up too. It was March 28th or March 30th. So I always remember that too.
yeah. I can just remember where I was at when I heard about Reagan being shot. And because I was still in school, and they wheeled in TVs into the classrooms, and we were watching it. And yeah, and this dude did it over because he had a love affair for Jodie Foster. I mean, and he's in Virginia, and they let him out.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Williamsburg now.
I thought,
Free and clear.
Yeah, they did let him out. Now he does go through therapy, and he does see a counselor like several times a week. But Mark David Chapman, if I remember right. No, John Hinckley. Yeah. John Hinckley. Yeah, John Hinckley. Yeah, because Chapman was
John Lennon.
For John Lennon. Yeah. But why now? I wonder why. Oh, I know why. Did you ever notice that if the killer succeeds, it's 3 names? Mark David Chapman, right? John Wilkes Booth. Who's the guy that did Kennedy? Oh God, 3 names.
Lee
Harvey Oswald. There you go. James Earl Ray. 3 names. If they don't succeed, it's only 2. John Hinckley. You get it? If you're successful, you get your middle name thrown in there.
I don't want to say they're successful. It just bugs me, but yeah, I mean,
I got you.
Yeah, I see your point. Definitely see your point.
The only one that
I got a question.
The only one that was different was Sirhan, and that's just because he had the Arabic name.
And that's the one that Rosie Greer was there beside Robert Kennedy and actually tackled the guy in the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's the guy that grabbed him. It was Rosie Greer in the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles in '68, and the killer was Sirhan.
Yep. Now, I've got another question for you. Since we're going on a U.S. type spill and throw it back into sports. What do you think about the women's soccer team and that win against Thailand? Do you really think that they ever celebrated, or do you think, hey, it's World Cup, go for it?
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
I actually read the reports on it. When it was like Abby Wambach and Miss Rapinoe. I actually know some of the gals, not personally, but but they said it to themselves, and it's what are you going to do? You're screwed either way. If you put your foot off the gas, then you get criticized for lightening up. Okay, the women's team was up. What was it, like either 2 or 3-0 at the end of the first half, right? At halftime, it was 2 or 3, right? And then they went and scored 8 goals in the second half. Okay, the Thai girls are not as good as the American girls. Okay. And if the American girls had taken their foot off the gas, then it was that, the Americans had no respect for Thailand because, they substituted out and they didn't play up to their best. So you're screwed either way. And I agree with the ladies that said a lot of these girls that are ladies, apologies. A lot of the ladies that are playing the game, maybe it is their first World Cup. It's their first World Cup game, okay? This is not the same U.S. women's national team that had Abby Wambach in it, that had a couple of the other people in it. This is their first game, so they're playing up to their capabilities and they're having a ball. They're celebrating because they got a goal in the World Cup competition. So I think it's a bunch of horse crap that they're saying that the Americans ran up the score. The ties were just not that good. And by the way, this is a match where goal differential is part of the scoring. Okay, if there's ever,
that's my point.
Right. If there's ever a case where you guys have the same records, what's your goal differential? Well, the Americans don't have to worry about it for their first round. And then when it gets to the knockout round, then it really doesn't matter anyway. It's knockouts. And I really don't think the American team is going to have an issue, but we'll see.
Well, I'm looking forward to the game Sunday against Chile.
Is it televised by which channel?
It should be on Fox Sports.
Okay.
I think that's where it is in my area. It's going to be on Fox Sports, and it's Sunday at 11.
Okay. Well, I'll look for it there, Doc. And hey, again, thanks for calling in, shipmate.
All right. You have a good night there, buddy. Go Raiders, baby.
Go Raiders. There you go. There's my boy, Doc. Love Doc. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If y'all want to call in, I'll let the calls be shorter. But if you guys know when somebody's been on for a long time, Jerry D was on for a while, Doc was on for a while. But I mean, unless I get a guest and call in, I'm gonna let folks talk. This is the Friday free for all. When we get a bunch of people calling, then we'll go back to. Not that I'm throwing out the rules. I don't want to say that. I'm not throwing out the rules, but I'll be more than happy to have folks call in. Now, I want to get to what Limp the Pimp asked me. He said, do I watch NASCAR? The answer to that is once a year. I watch Daytona. And the reason why I watch Daytona is because it's Daytona. It's the World Series of NASCAR at the very beginning of the year. And I'm going to quantify that as well. I watch what I can of the event. I don't watch it all the way through. I don't. NASCAR is an event that is best seen live. Okay? And having said that, I've never been to a live NASCAR event. I haven't. I've heard good things about it. And I would like to go one of these days. I want to go to up to Talladega. I'd love to go to Talladega, see a race up there. There's the one that's in North Carolina because I used to go by it all the time on 95, and I used to live up in when I was in Virginia, and when I was in also in up in it was when I was in Virginia because it was above where I was in Bragg. And I can't remember what the track is in North Carolina. And I would say, oh, there it is. I got to go over there one of these days. And I just never have. And I haven't been over to Daytona, but I'd love to do it. I really would. Because, again, when you go to that track and you see it live and you're out there in the infield with a whole bunch of people, it's really, really an awesome experience. I've heard this, and it's people that tell me, and they're not BSing me. So I don't watch NASCAR per se, mostly because it's on against something I'd rather watch. Now, I call it the RTL circuit, Rednecks Turning Left. That's my funny name for it, the RTL circuit. But I mean, it has its place. And even this year with Daytona, there was all of those wrecks at the end. You know, they couldn't get it finished, man. It was hilarious. But yeah, I watch it occasionally. I'm looking over. I got my volume on mute, and I keep forgetting when I have the volume on mute that I have that bar at the bottom of the TV, so I can't see what the score is. There it is. It is the top of the ninth, and the Dodgers are winning 5-3. Kenley Jansen's pitching. So unless something major happens, Dodgers got this game, which means the Cubs will drop back another game. But I'm ready. And thank you for that, Chris Ward. I remember it was against the Jets. I just didn't remember who the guy was. Chris Ward. He was going to kill him. He was going to kill him. No doubt in my mind. Jerry D, it's no, you do. It's Jerry FND. Jerry FND. Kind of like it's Aaron Effin Boone. There's your three names. Jerry FND. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. If you want to talk whatever, we got some people here. I see Tommy's here. Good to see you, Tommy. Tommy says Kyrie's going to Brooklyn. Again, I don't care. I'm not a Kyrie fan. The only reason why I even care where he goes is because it's one of those things where it's the domino effect. Where Kyrie goes, then where does the next guy? And I think the top two guards available right now are Kyrie and Kemba. And I'd love that. If I'm a basketball team, I want Kemba Walker. He's just he's a better player. He might not have the numbers, but he's a better all-around player. And Kyrie was just such a I won't even say it. I mean, if the guy comes into the room, I'm not gonna say to his face, "Yeah, I think you suck," because he's a multimillionaire and I'm me. But yeah, there you go. Jerry has it. Kemba is a team player. There you go. Kyrie isn't. One out, and that's the kid that used to play for the Braves. I can't remember his name. He plays for the Cubs now. Played for the Braves and then the Cardinals and now the Cubs. What's his name? It's not Freeman. It's the other dude. Big left-hander. I don't remember his name. Dale Earnhardt there, and we shared a beer. Great. I'd love to go. If you go to Daytona again, Ed, let me know. Because again, that is one place I do want to go. It's not quite bucket list, but it's a definitely wouldn't say no to it. Definitely wouldn't say no. Now that's Dale Earnhardt Sr., I'm guessing. Rest in peace. That was my driver. I like Dale Earnhardt Sr. I didn't mind his son, but I like Dale Earnhardt Sr. because when I was watching, he had just that sheer, chutzpah and all that other stuff. All right, yeah, go get some rest there, Jerry. Thanks for hanging in here for as long as you did. Thank you there, sir. Good. We say goodnight to Jerry D. Tip of the hat. Go get some sun. Remember, hey, melanoma, I got you right here. Hey, there you go. Leonard is purple and gold next year. Okay, that's what Raider Rev says. He said that Kawhi Leonard is going to be a Laker. We'll see. And if that's true, here's the thing. The brow is going to go somewhere, okay? The Lakers right now are dysfunctional. When Magic Johnson quits the team and doesn't even tell Jeannie Buss he's going to do it, that's an issue. There's a lot of dysfunction going on in La La Land, okay? And no, I'm not hating on the Lakers. It's just true. So if Kawhi Leonard goes and joins the Lakers, if the Lakers trade for Anthony Davis, get him out of New Orleans, they got to give up some players for him. Is it going to be Kyle Kuzma? Is it going to be Lonzo Ball, who needs to go? So they're going to lose some players. But if they could have LeBron James playing with Anthony Davis, playing with Kawhi Leonard, yeah. And KD's not going there because KD wants no part of being the other guy. He doesn't want to be the other guy. Whereas Kawhi would do it because it's part of his demeanor. You know, Kawhi is the MVP for a reason. He's a top 3 player in the league for a reason. And he that demeanor that he has, he'd work well with LeBron. KD wants no part of that. KD wants to have a team that he builds in his image, and he's the number one option. And even if, Kawhi goes there, Kawhi is going to be that number one option. And LeBron better figure that out. So if they can share the ball, great. They say Kyrie, Tommy's saying Kyrie's going to go to Brooklyn? Okay. If I'm the Lakers, I get Kemba Walker. Don't even worry about Kyrie Irving. That's me. And the Dale Earnhardt. Like I said, I like that guy. I really did. But remember, I'm older, so I actually used to watch NASCAR when it was the Unser brothers. Bobby Unser and who's his brother? I know it was Bobby Unser and the other Unser, and it was Dale Earnhardt. Then it was Richard Petty. See, and the reason why I like Dale Earnhardt, because Dale Earnhardt was kind of like Richard Petty's understudy. And so when Richard Petty wasn't there doing his stuff, it went from Richard Petty to Dale Earnhardt, because they were, cut off the same cloth, man. And, I like that. Again, like I said, I don't watch NASCAR as much as I used to. I actually used to watch it more as a kid. But now NASCAR is on against football. I'm going to watch football. That's just the way that is. Now, if NASCAR is up against something else, maybe. I mean, if NASCAR's on, and it is coming on in July with the Firecracker 400. Now, I'll watch it if there's nothing else on. But I'd rather watch war movies. That's just me. I'll get the replay. I'll watch the last 10. I will watch the last 10 laps of a NASCAR race. Why? Because that's when all the action is. That's where all of the accidents happen and where all the fun occurs. It's kind of like I don't watch basketball until June. Because the rest of the season doesn't really matter. It's the conference finals and the finals. The rest of that stuff doesn't mean jack. And pretty much in hockey, although I will watch every Flyer game I can go to or see, and I'll occasionally, I said I like to watch the Lightning when they're not playing my Flyers. I do like that. Lightning got some issues to answer. All right. We're going on 113. So we're about an hour and a quarter in. And the Dodgers are, actually, wait a second. 2 outs. But the tying run is at the plate. Ball 1. So I can't see who this guy is. Some guy named Carrington, don't know. So Jansen does have the tying run at third base. 2 outs though. We'll see. We'll see if the Dodgers. I pretty much think they're going to win, but it's not official yet. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, I'm thinking it's a fastball. I mean, if it's a 91-mile-an-hour something, then we'll see. But to me, that's a fastball. So there we go. I'm putting on the sound, but it's 0, so I don't have to have that line. Oh, I'm not missing anything. Oh, there you go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we'll see if we have a Dodger win, or we're going to see if Cubs might tie it up. We'll see. We'll be here. We'll be here until it's done. And there you go. Strike 3. Jansen punches him out. Dodgers win. I don't know. I used to like to listen to Vin Scully call the game. I obviously, being a broadcaster myself, and hearing that, it is great when you have those calls for the winners. John Sterling with his Yankee calls, memorable, Yankees win, the Yankees win. Wow, that's harsh. That's a killer. I didn't prep for that, obviously. Now I'm crying. So I'll have my call when I start doing broadcasting for the Raiders. I'll have my Captain Jack Raider calls. I'll do something that's unique, but I will train for it. But we'll have that. Anyway, it looks like we're just gonna wrap up the show. That's fine. We were here. We're talking. Remember, if you like to talk sports late on Friday, I'm not saying I'm going to do this every Friday, but if I'm awake, I'll do it. Remember, you have the regular shows, Thursday show, the Sunday show, the Friday show when I do it. Oh, that's another reason why I cut the show. I'm tired. Then anytime I have an interview show, I will throw that in there. And I'm also doing the every other Saturday, I'm doing the podcast with Raider Homer. So I'm keeping busy and doing that. But I need to get down and start getting this set up the way I want to. So hopefully I'll get that done this weekend. But we'll take care of it. We'll take care of it. And having said that, as far as getting things done that need to get done, there you go. Got my outro music on cue. I didn't screw it up. And it's ready to go. Got to get my drum set. Thanks for joining me. Got some Captain Jack in there from Billy Joel. And enjoy that. Remember, just hang out here. We will be here. Bob Shepard in New York? Yeah. God, I don't remember that though, Ed. I'll have to go and listen to him. I mean, I know John Sterling now because it's kind of like when you listen to Bill King do his Raider calls, and we're not going to have it anymore. But with Greg Papa with the Touchdown Raiders, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard knowing that he's going to be calling the games for the Niners. But remember, pretty soon, one of these days upcoming, I'm going to have John Kingdon in for an interview. So be here for that. John will join us, and I can't wait to do that. So we'll see you on Sunday, and we'll talk about whatever we're going to talk about on Sunday. It'll be a good time. It should be. I'm your captain, baby. Make sure you're here for the next show. Thanks again for joining me this evening. We'll see you next time.